Welcome to Talk Thursday. My name is Catherine Kavanagh. I have the wonderful, amazing Deirdre Comerford on. She has a business called Healing Hearts. You have on your website, your new website, that you manifested the website and a competition came up and you entered and you won. And the competition was with Patrick Hogan, Tracy McCann's husband. And he's actually designing my website. I recorded their wedding video. So, and I need a website done, so he's going to do my website. So tell us a bit about yourself, Deirdre, and how you came to set up and how long you've set up Healing Hearts.
Thanks so much, Catherine, for having me on here today. Yeah, I do have my business called Healing Hearts, and I also work in human services. I work in middle management, and I manage day services for persons with intellectual disabilities. Healing Hearts, I really have been working with different types of healing modalities for the past 20 years plus of my life. I really started working on myself 26 years ago after I had my second child. And Healing Hearts came about, the name came about because I really believe that there is nothing that cannot be healed with love from the inside out and with the human heart. I think the heart has the capacity to heal us. So that's why I really gravitated toward the name Healing Hearts. While I am credited with different types of healing modalities like Reiki, for example, I'm also a meditation and mindfulness teacher, a life coach, holistic life coaching and holistic counselling. But I kind of do my own style of healing. I am very much led by intuition. So I would combine the intuitive energy healing with life coaching and holistic counselling. So I'm very much led by the person and where they are at in life. And I believe that every person has it within themselves to heal themselves. That I'm like the channel, the facilitator to support them where they're currently at and then to help them to move forward in life.
Brilliant. Yeah, sounds amazing. And I'm kind of on that journey myself as well in life, so I understand all that. And I think it's lovely. I think the name itself, Healing Hearts, is very welcome and comforting. Like people come to you through your website, I presume, or through Facebook.
And I'm all on all of the social media platforms with the exception of Twitter and my website. But actually, most people come to me through word of mouth, actually, not through the social media.
So when they contact you and they book in a session, what would you actually do? Would it be just one-off session? Would there be a few sessions or?
Depends on the person. It depends on where they're at life. So basically, the first session is I'm establishing with the person where they are in life and where it is they would like to go. So I'm very much led by the person. And we decide between us how little or how much they can come back to see me or not. So I really leave it with the person if they decide that they want to come back to me. And I combine it with the intuitive energy healing and life coaching. And then like I would just literally have some tips and strategies for them to go away with to work on with themselves. So even when a person might say to me, this is how I'm actually feeling, Deirdre, that may not necessarily be the case, and people may not necessarily divulge everything. So like a rapport has to build up also with a person. What I would do is I talk to them first of all before I do the energy work, and then afterwards they're on the plinth. So I would do the energy work and work through the energy systems on the body, all of the chakra points. And then I can actually, as I'm working through the body, I can see where a person is at. I can see where the blockages are, and I can see what I have to do to support them. And then afterwards, I give them some guidance and some tips and some strategies, I guess, on where they need to make some improvements in their whole life. So I'm working very much from a holistic point of view. So I'm treating the body, mind. Really, in the last few years, it's really gained more momentum, and I'm really, I suppose, I'm doing it more so than I had previously been doing it. I'm in Clane, County Kildare. I'm from Naas. I'm a Naas girl, born and bred.
And do you work from home? Is it you work from your house?
Yeah, I do.
It's amazing. I think a lot of the healing work is kind of coming to the fore now. I think people are looking out to it now because of everything that's going on. When people hear spirituality, probably even now, but a lot more so, say, 20 years ago, it was kind of a little taboo or woo-woo.
It really was. Like you knew the circles where you could talk about it, and you knew
Yeah.
where you couldn't talk about it. And it was seen as, woohoo, a bit strange, a bit bizarre. And now, I mean, there are so many different healing modalities now, and it's just fantastic to see, that it's all about the whole. It's not about, just the medical model only. That we can combine everything together, with the complementary, alternative, holistic, and that a person is whole.
It's not even just the spiritual. When you say that or you say anything, people just think religion and you just switch off, I think, sometimes. And if you mention God or anything like that, and it's actually science, you know what I mean? Your energy, we're all balls of energy. I think a lot of people are realizing that now, especially now when they can't go shopping, when you can't go out to pubs, when you can't, and people are left, and what else have you got but just yourself, really?
It is a beautiful time in the world also. And it is, I mean, the awakening of the divine feminine. We are energy beings. We're a field of energy. Albert Einstein would have said energy is everything. We are energy beings, and energy cannot be transmuted. It cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transmuted and it can be transformed. And like even the word emotions, I mean, emotions is energy in motion. We have trillions of cells in the human body, and they're always communicating with one another. And that requires energy. And we are an energy being in the planet Earth. Planet Earth is an energy field. And around planet Earth, there's the Schumann resonance, and that is another energy field. So we are an energy field in an energy field in an energy field. And even when we leave here, when we transition from this physical being, we are still vibrating as we go back into the earth. So we are constantly, we are energy beings. Yeah. Sometimes, say, our external environment, we might be feeling like something is a threat, when actually it's actually it's not a threat. But we're perceiving something in our external environment is threatening us. So that's the mind again. So, like, I mean, stress is also a good thing. And the mind wants to protect us, is trying to figure things out all the time. So, but that's where the power is, coming back in to the heart energy, coming back into our breath. Because when we take that breath in, you're taking oxygen in, and you're massaging all the cells in the body, and then they start communicating with one another. And so it's in the lungs, and the heart communicates back up to the brain to relax. And it encourages and promotes the relaxation response within the body when we take that lovely inhale of oxygen. It's like it's massaging all of the cells in the human body. And then when we exhale, it's calming us down. And that's what the relax, and it starts to relax the whole body. So we have that innate wisdom within the body. I mean, the human body is remarkable. If you could see what happens inside the human body when you take a breath in and out. So you're bringing in oxygen, you're breathing out carbon monoxide. You take the breath in, you're nourishing yourself. When you take a breath out, in nature in particular, you're nourishing the earth, because the earth needs the trees need carbon monoxide. Such is the power of our breath.
It is, and you just hear people when they get stressed or people are up in their heads, as I call it now, and I would be one of them, like the worst, and people say, just breathe. And you kind of go, how can you just breathe? How does that work? But as I said earlier on, it's science. It's actually your body. Even when you're talking about that now, I can feel myself relaxing because I know it works. And isn't there a muscle or something in your brain, or front of your brain, or somewhere at the back of your neck, a vagus muscle?
The vagus nerve.
Vegas, yeah, completely said it wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm new to this. The last few years.
There's so many things happening when you take the inhaling. And if you have a lovely practice for yourself, even by just 5 minutes every day doing some breath work, you will really see positive changes in your life. And I suppose everybody collectively now, currently, we all collectively have a baseline because of what's going on in the world currently with COVID. So everyone has a baseline stress with it. So what I do for me is I do not watch the news.
Me neither.
That's something I do to my own mental health. And when I'm surrounded by people who would be constantly talking about the numbers, and that doesn't mean I'm avoiding reality by not wanting to know. I know because people around me are telling me. So I'm hearing it anyway. So I don't need the reinforcement of the negative constantly. And for me, if I find myself up in my head, I just bring myself down from my head into my heart. And a very simple way to do that is, okay, mind, I know you're trying to figure this out now, but the best scientists in the world are currently working on this one.
Yeah, they can figure
You're
it
not
out.
going to solve this in your own little mind currently.
Yeah.
But what you can do for yourself now today, Deirdre, is come back down into your heart energy. And that's what I do. And you train yourself.
I just find it fascinating. You know, I could talk all day about this. People want to get you or find you. They find you. Obviously, it's word from mouth as well because you're obviously so good that people are recommending
Yeah,
it. You know?
it is great. Word of mouth is how people come to me. But I mean,
Yeah.
people can contact me through social media. Well, I'm on all of the platforms with the exception of Twitter. My website is healinghearts.ie. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.